We gotta call.
Hello, warriors across the Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch realms.
Did everybody see my sword fall almost on me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
That was
It
wild.
was terrifying.
It
Yes.
fell like right to the left of me. My chair just hit it, and Walt has been warning me that this is going to happen. Like so many
I
times.
warned you, but you know,
Which deity did you aggravate? Who's throwing a sword at
He gave me a warning.
you?
yes. Well, we are glad you're okay. Welcome to another Warriors Circle, everyone. We've been on a little brief hiatus for really good reasons, I would say. You know, one, Infinite 4.0 just dropped. Number two, we had a great holiday that just came through. And also, I've been completely jam-packed delivering on the roadmap for Infinite 4.0 for the rest of the year. So we are going to be talking all about that today, along with a couple other topics, a couple other gaming things that happened today that maybe you might not be aware of or maybe saw because it was literally smack dab in the middle of the day. So you might not have seen some of the new games that just got announced today, but we're going to be going all over that. But first, let me go into some of the intros here. As always, my name is Walt. I'm the 5-star Master Wizard, lead designer, and founder of Infinite, the world's first science-backed fitness fantasy role-playing game where you can tap into your inner hero self and use the power of gaming and fitness to transform your body, your mind, and your spirit. And the Warrior Circle is where we talk all about that. And I am joined here today with Olia, the Operations Sorceress. Say hello.
Hello. Today was almost my last day with that sword.
I know. Close call. I'm so glad you're here still. Oh my
Jeez.
God.
It's a good thing the sword wasn't above you, like directly, like
right up here.
Taking
Like,
Sword of Damocles to a literal level. Girl, we can't be doing that. Shoot.
Yes. I'm also joined with Claire, owner of Royal Decree Wellness. Say hello.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no swords, unfortunately.
The katana's on the shelf.
Unfortunately.
My Kill Bill katana is safe in its sheath. It's fine. Yes.
Yes, that's a sign that we need to remove it to a safer
We
location.
need to hang it up over behind me. Yes, I'll do
Yes.
that.
Floating in the background, maybe, like a
Yes.
ghost. We're also joined with Jasper in the chat. Say hello to Jasper, everyone.
Hey, Jasper. We missed
Hey, Jasper.
Good to have you in the chat. You're probably at the gym or doing something fitness related, most likely.
That sounds right. He would.
Good to see you in the chat. And if anyone else is here with us live, let us know you're here. Hop into the comment section. We would love to know that you're here. We'd love to say hello. And of course, feel free to chime in, share your 2 cents, and let us know what's going on in your world. Jasper said, I'm doing multiple things around the house.
Good for you. Look, aren't you just more on top of it than the rest of us? Love that.
I know, right? Well, great to have you here. And of course, let's dive straight in. Let's not waste any time. We're going to start off first a little different. I'm going to try to get like some clear segments going on, like some consistent blocks where we can get like predictable conversations going on. You know what I mean? Like you could come in with a little expectation of like, hey, I want to hear more about this topic type of thing. So
Cool.
I'm going to start off first with a quote. So this is going to be the quote of the day. So we're going to have a quote of the day every Warrior Wednesday here. It's always something powerful. And it's from James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits. If you have not read this book, it is a must-read book for every single person. It is in my top 3 favorite books of all time. And the quote is, habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. The same way that money multiplies through compound interest, the effects of your habits multiply as you repeat them. They seem to make little difference on any given day, and yet the impact they deliver over the months and years can be enormous. It is only when looking back 2, 5, or perhaps 10 years later that the value of good habits and the cost of bad ones become strikingly apparent. Claire, what does this quote mean to you?
Well, we all know how difficult it is to sort of even recognize our own habits, right? Like this is a big thing when we sit down and we like it can be a really healthy exercise to kind of make a list of what we recognize as our bad habits and our good habits. And often we realize that we do a lot of things well or maybe not as well as we'd like that we didn't even think about as habitual habits, right? Like habitual performing tasks that we were doing or thought patterns or all those things. So again, this idea of first identifying them can be really challenging, and then also figuring out how we want to improve them and how we can structure our life to set us up well to change those habits. Like the whole thing is actually quite complex. I've heard Atomic Habits breaks things down in a really helpful way for a lot of people, and I've heard great things from people that have read it. And it is like this is something that I talk a lot about, especially with nutrition with people, is like we'll set up some structured goals that will give you good milestones at like the 1 month mark and the 2 month mark. But this is like, I want you to picture yourself now and then where you are a year from now at the minimum, because this is a slow journey. It's not always linear, and it's not always, it's not just like an exponential straight up, we're not, exponential lines aren't straight. I'm so sorry. It's not a straight incline and increase in the feedback that we get from those habits changing. Right. So this is like, and again, like he's saying, we don't always notice how much they've deteriorated or how much they've improved until we actually look back and mark. So I know that to me, it just speaks to how it's about being really determined and sticking with it and remembering that it might not feel like it's doing a lot right now. But once you've identified what you want to change and where you want to go, really just try to do something small every day and let it build.
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of habit formation and just learning about habits is trying to, again, like you said, identify it and establish it, and also really practice delayed gratification, right? I think that's the hardest part about habits is we don't see the results, we don't see the benefit immediately, but over time, it can compound just like money, right? 1% every single day can compound to literally 37 times more progress every single year. So that's the power behind it. Olia, what does this quote mean to you?
Well, it reminds me of the quote that you always say, which is, our daily habits are the greater picture that we paint of ourselves, which is so true. And it's like the teeny minutia. Like you make these tiny little decisions throughout the day, and 5, 10, 20, 30 years from now, they either make or break you. And sometimes it can be hard to accept our bad habits. Sometimes it can be very easy to just say that you just don't care and it's whatever. But I've been there, and that hurt me more than, having that empathetic mindset served me. So that's just like my thoughts around this quote, but it's very true. And once I started my fitness journey, especially with nutrition, like Claire says, just making better decisions, little tiny better decisions every single day has helped me stay in a lot better shape than I would have before I learned what slightly better decisions look like.
So you're basically saying like you didn't truly understand what habits like worked for you until you actually kind of tried them and sustained them long enough to see the results, is what you're trying to say.
Yes, and kind of like broadened my awareness of my not so good habits, or what I had learned previously through, I don't know, social media, friends, whatever. it can be easy to think that your habit is good, but it's not as good as you think that it is.
Yeah,
Because yeah, this is what you saw somebody else doing and saying is the right thing to do.
Figuring out what actually serves you, what
Yes.
actually to your specific situation in life, and things that bring you energy that are achievable. I mean, I lean on Google Tasks a lot. I have like a repeating daily checklist of things that are very personal to me that I'm working on. And a
nice.
lot of those include a lot of it for me is mindset. It's like positive self talk,
Mm.
gratitudes,
Affirmations.
stretching and breathing. Yes, like the little things, because I'll take care of a lot of the big stuff. Like a lot of that's handled in my life. Like I'll go to the gym. I work at the gym. I'm going to work out. I'm going to pick up some stuff. Will I
Put
slow
them down.
down? I will put them down sometimes, you know, pick them up, put them down, set them over there, all the things. But will I slow down? Will I honor the things that I'm grateful for? Will I affirm myself and remember the direction I'm going? Those are the things that are hard for me to do. Also, flossing is on there. And I tell you, I can always tell when I've had a day where stuff's been a little wacky. If I feel like I don't have the energy to floss, something that literally takes 2 minutes, if I feel myself in the morning or at night going, I don't have time to do that, it's usually an indication that I need to check in with myself a little extra. So
Hmm.
again, something you might do without
Mm.
thinking, but for me is like a litmus test. It's a little canary in my coal mine of habits of like, this is something that if I don't prioritize, it's a reminder that it's an automatic sign of like you might not be prioritizing some other things that you actually need for self-care today. So I love having a thing like that that's, you know, very personal to me because I want my teeth to be okay.
Yeah, we only get one set in our lifetime, so
I know,
Yeah.
right?
And if only everyone took care of their bodies the same way they should have to take care of their teeth, right?
Yeah,
So,
that goes both ways. That some people don't take very good care of their teeth.
yes.
Everyone should be flossing. Use a water
Yes.
pick. Yes.
I think to finish up this quote here, there's something that Olia mentioned about the bad habits, which the quote goes into, and I just want to repeat it, is the I just want to repeat the sentence. It is only when looking back to 5 or perhaps 10 years later that the value of good habits and the cost of bad ones becomes strikingly apparent. So it's the cost of those bad habits. Again, if you aren't aware of your bad habits, the book actually goes over the psychology and the logic behind habit formation. So you can actually reverse engineer this knowledge and look at yourself and look at your daily actions to really pinpoint those bad habits. And of course, this is a space where we're all professionals here. So feel free to reach out to myself or Claire or anyone in the Infinite community that can help you pinpoint what those bad habits are for your nutrition, your training, even just mindset, so that we can support you and we can help you provide solutions so that we can give you the good habits to replace them. Because something you can also learn in this book is you can't just cut things out without replacing it with something good. Because what happens is there's almost like a void or a spot in your mind that's saying something's missing. And then what happens is our brains kind of just want to go back to that thing that is missing. It's like, oh yeah, I liked in doing this thing, so I'm gonna do it again, even though I know it's kind of bad. But I'm just gonna do it again, and then eventually that bad habit is there again. So, if you want to dive into atomic habits and learn more about habits, which is going to drive the most growth over time for your training, your nutrition, and of course your mindset, feel free to read the book Atomic Habits. And of course, if you'd like to get direct education, we provide that inside of Infinite via our academy, where we talk all about habit formation, how to help you develop habits for your body, your mind, and of course that big old heart that's in your chest. But let's jump back over here if I can get my not solo.
No.
Oh no, where'd everybody go?
Where is everybody? No.
Hold on. Right, there we go.
Yay. All
back.
right, we're
live.
back.
We're live. If you enjoyed that segment, let us know. Let us know your thoughts on habits. Drop it in the comment section. We want to know. We want to hear from you. I want to know who all is watching us.
Yeah, say hello.
And yeah, we'll give you a shout out. Next topic is going to be all about Infinite. So let's dive into the latest. And again, there's a lot that's happened. So we're just going to briefly kind of give you an overview and provide you links so that you can dive into all these all the awesomeness that's came out in the past 2 weeks since we've been gone. And professional podcasting here. We are gonna be there in 3, 2, 1. Boom. How's my podcasting so far?
It's
Or
beautiful.
my
Very-
live work?
It's
Very
great.
well done.
I'm
Yes.
trying here.
You were not trying. You were doing. This is great.
I'm a man of many hats. So,
Hmm.
so if you don't know where we are right now, this is the Infinite Library, which you can access at our website, fitnessfantasyrpg.com, for free. We provide so much value, so many resources, things that I have given to our warriors throughout my 15 years of guiding individuals, from big, small, child, adult, strong man, strong woman, whoever that may be. We have knowledge here that I've shared that has been used to benefit them on their fitness journey. So feel free to check it out. But the latest, well, I'll go in reverse order here. So as starting today, if you missed this article I shared it today, it's probably one of the most important articles I ever wrote in my life. And it probably will be the most important article I ever wrote in my life. And that is the 92 goals that I helped people achieve. Yes, 92. I took the time to dive into each one of the individuals that came to me and said the magical 3 words, I want to. And I went back to all those conversations, went back to all my notes and all those experiences, and I put together all of the things that we were able to accomplish in a comprehensive list. I go over my journey into developing the systems that I've created into Infinite, and we go over all 92 from I want to lose 1 to 10 pounds. I want to fit into smaller clothes. I want to feel stronger. I want bigger arms, bigger shoulders, bigger butt. I want to get visible abs. I want to play sports with my friends. I want to cure knee or hip pain. I want to fix hip impingements. I want to conquer ankle pain. I want to progress steadily. I want to develop discipline and consistency. And the list goes on and on and on and on. And believe it or not, this is consolidated. I had over like 180, I believe, was the big total book. So I got rid of some of the overlap and some of the nuance. So I try to break it down like that. But yeah, I think this is the most important article I ever wrote because this is going to be a continuously updated list as we continue to help more and more individuals. And the best part about this, the biggest takeaway, is that if your goal is on this list, we most likely have a system in place that is going to help you achieve that goal as well. So think of it like this, is that this is like the confirmation that what you truly desire and what you truly want is not one of one. Believe it or not, there's a lot of people that want the same thing that you want to. And we most likely have helped them, which means we can help you too. What do you think about that, ladies?
It's amazing. There's a lot of really cool things on this list too as you scroll down, and I really like it. Anytime I see somebody say that they want to not be in pain and to know that you help them get out of pain, like that for me is huge. Whether that's, I mean, it's mostly going to be physical, but some of it's emotional too, and just yeah, a lot of stuff aiming for like lifelong goals, and also just starting the foundations of getting into strength training and treating your body with some little extra love. It's really, really great to think about how much you've helped everybody along the way. It's really special.
Yes. I
Yeah.
really wanted to say, like, it's amazing how many areas of life, how many wants, needs, desires, dialing in, loving your body, fueling your body, and exercise, strength training, how that affects so many different realms of life.
Oh yeah. And that's really kind of like, and Claire, you could speak to this too, as you've been personal training for, I believe, 2 years now, 3
Yeah.
years.
3.
Yeah, 2 and some change. Yep.
And I'm sure you have the experience already when someone comes to you and asks for your help, right? Your
Yeah.
background is nutrition, and I'm sure there's tons of people that come to you for nutrition, but you probably get a handful of people that are like, "Hey, I want your help with this too." And you're
Don't give
like,
me don't give me too much credit. My food science degree was focused on wine and spirit making. We did do a lot of nutrition, but I don't want to misrepresent myself. I do a lot of nutrition coaching now still. It's very, very important to me. But sorry, go ahead and finish your thought. I was just like, oh no, I'm not.
"No, no,
I was
it's
like, I can definitely make wine, even though I don't drink anymore.
the point really was highlighting the fact that like when people come and ask for your help from you, they don't come just for the nutrition aspects, right? They come for many of their own unique individual goals and desires. And as a coach, as a mentor, as a provider of knowledge, this is a responsibility in your area to guidance is via yourself or a direction for them to find someone else that can provide that help. And I think the
Yeah.
beauty of that is you kind of realize that like, wow, this person asked me to help them. And you don't want to be in a position of, to say no, right? Because
Yeah.
generally you're like, I want to help this person.
Yes.
So that was pretty much kind of like what I wanted to mention is that as you continue to progress and help more and more people, you're going to start to build this kind of repertoire of these skill sets of people that had these like little nuanced goals that you're like, huh, like I actually never helped someone do that. And I kind of
Hmm.
want to help you do that.
Yes.
And then you do it and you're like, wow, teamwork. Yeah, let's go.
It's my favorite. Well, and I've probably talked about this before, and like, and obviously, I did study a lot of, you study a lot of nutrition and a lot of macro and micronutrient science in getting a food science degree. But talking about like the winemaking, like I'm in recovery, so I'm more than 4 years sober, and part of the reason I became a coach is because my coaches were always there for me with my specific things that I was struggling with and with my goals I was trying to achieve on my way to trying to figure it out how to get there. And I was very lost along the way a lot of the time. And so many people in my life that kept me grounded, even just for an hour once a week or whenever I could make it in, were my trainers and my coaches and people that were in gyms. And this is basically my whole career is just like a love letter to everybody that I can possibly help and give back because I mean, my coaches I really attribute with part of the reason that I'm still here. And like it gave me a reason to turn my life around and to entirely flip the script. Like we want to talk about bad habits.
Hmm.
Getting rid of drinking was definitely a big habit. And there was a big void to fill in my life. And this is where I found myself heading. And yeah, again, looking at this list, it's super inspiring because that's all I want to do is be a source of support for people to get to where they want to be, wherever they are right now. Like you can come to me with no judgment. I promise I've been just as low or lower. I promise. And I still, people who meet me now would never guess where I've been because I just took it one day at a time and I never
Hmm.
take it for granted. And I'm always very vigilant in my self-care and in, making sure that I'm putting myself first and that I'm doing things out of love for myself. And I really try to pass that on to other people wherever you're at. And you've been doing the same thing too a lot longer. And it's very cool to see that all laid out because that's why I'm here. Wherever you are, whatever you need to help you on your way. That's all I want to do.
Yes. And I was very fortunate to help someone who was an alcoholic as well. And that was a journey within myself because I also had to face, um, you know, family demons. I had a lot of people in my family that were addicted to alcohol, and I had to really kind of come into like myself and really ask myself and really kind of navigate through things in my life to help this person, right? And really kind of get into the mindset of like what are you thinking about on a day to day? What do you think about yourself? How do we control this bad habit, talking about habits from before, right? How do we like replace this bad habit with something that's going to help you navigate through this in a positive way? And I believe for you, I can't speak for you, Claire, but I believe fitness was that avenue for you. Am I right?
Huge part of it. Yeah. Huge part. Yep. At least because I swear I just woke up one morning. It was like a light went off. I gave myself some space to heal. Like I'm very lucky to be here still based on my last few months of drinking. And I it was, I swear, a couple months in after my brain had kind of cleared and I was getting used to sort of this new idea of my life and shifting my entire perspective about, what I should be prioritizing and what I should be doing with my time. And I was like, oh yeah, I love to work with people. I love to train. I loved my coaches. I was a lifelong athlete. I bet I could do that well. I bet that my cat just fell off the table. She's
I
fine.
saw. Is she okay?
She'll be all right. I'll check on her in a second.
Is she okay?
This happens at least once a week. She's all right.
Probably a
But
little
yeah.
embarrassed, but
And movement was always, even in like, my story's long. I won't take up the whole time, but my movement was something that I was very grounded with and kept me going even when I was still, actively like, drinking and trying to figure things out. And also something that I got separated from when I had a couple heart surgeries, like that were, unrelated. They were just, it was congenital issues and I couldn't exercise and feel comfortable. Like I couldn't have my pulse raise. I would get panic attacks. And so I've had a really interesting kind of on and off and being like pulled away from something that kept me feeling like myself. And so all these things I think contribute to me being a way better coach because I really understand at least a little bit better when people come to me with backgrounds similar to mine or with anxieties and fears or with addiction issues or with family, issues with addiction and stresses around that. And just never underestimate, if you're ever thinking about switching careers, never underestimate the lessons you've learned that would help you be a good coach. I really recommend it for a lot of people. And because it just makes you a better listener and makes you understand more. And that's what people really need. So
yeah,
yeah.
I agree.
So we can pick it up, set it down, move it around. That's what I'll also help you with.
Without pain or injury.
No pain. Yes. Okay.
What-
She's all right. Yeah, she's fine.
Yes,
We got the
that's good.
sword falling. We have the cat falling. What a night. Oh,
What
I
is
know.
happening? But she made it
no.
up the second time just fine.
she's fine. She's very strong and resilient. Yes.
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 she is.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story, a little bit of your story, Claire. And if you'd like to dive into this list, if you want to reach out and share your goals with us, feel free to do so. Again, you can also do so in the comment section if you'd like. Be like, I want to accomplish this. Then we're going to give you a high five and be like, you can fucking do it. Let's go.
You can do anything. Yes.
Literally.
Anything.
So,
One day at a time. One little day at a time. You'll never imagine where you can get,
one habit every day performed for the next 2 years, 5 years to 10 years. We'll
Yeah.
do it. But now let's transition into the awesomeness here. Again, I just want to do a brief shout out to some of the tournament winners of May before we dive into the June update. Shout out
Carolyn.
to Cheryl Lynn for winning the Intellect Skill Women's Tournament, Olia for getting second place, and Warrior Jennifer for third place, as well as shout out to Warrior Damien for getting second place in the Intellect Skill Men's Tournament, and Warrior Jasper, and of course myself taking
Dang, the guys did
first place.
so good.
You guys are wild. Good work.
Habits.
Habits.
Mental habits will do that.
Daily skills. Let's go.
Yeah. Also, shout out to Brandy for taking the Group D 1v3 combat tournament. The first time we ever did a 1v3 tournament.
Brandy's been really crushing it.
Yes. And also,
Here, she's rock star.
Get it.
yeah, killing it. Also, Warrior Sherilyn also took another first place reward here for Group B, which is also another reason why she was our Warrior of the Month for May. So shout out to Warrior Sherilyn.
Woo.
Damien, Group A, takes first place with a insane amount of points, 835 points.
Oh my God.
Absolutely blowing everyone out of the water here. So shout out to Warrior Damien.
Damien, do you do anything
And-
else? Oh my God. Wow. Incredible.
Killed it. And last but not least here, I got a shout out to the 4 Warriors, the core 4, the original Infinite squad here. Myself,
Thank you.
Alex, Jasper, and Olia. Only ones reaching the Alchemy Summit for Nutritional Alchemy.
Good
Wild.
job, you all. Good
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, great job.
Nice.
Now for the fun stuff. Let's get to the latest update, and then we're going to go into a little bit of a new study that just came out that I'd like to share with everyone.
Oh.
So let's go over to announcements. Over here.
All these pictures are so cute. I really like all those. The collages with all the different clients, and
So nice.
it's so sweet.
People helping each other. Oh, so wholesome.
Oh,
I got so many more pictures that just, again, it was so hard to choose. It was originally just going to be like probably 6, then it turned into 12. So I probably could have made it 24 at that point, but then I would have been like, oh, this is
small.
yeah. It's been fun. We ran into some of his old clients like downtown once in a while. And I'm like, oh, I know you. You're so and so. And you hit these goals.
That's so great. I love it.
Just trying to spread the knowledge and be a guide.
Yes.
Doing our best.
That's all.
You're
Do my best. But I really did my best with this June update that we just dropped, which introduced the first world boss, a new barbarian quest, and new June tournaments. Let's dive in first with the new barbarian quests inside of the dungeons. So, what is the barbarian in Infinite? Well, it is a class that specializes in bodybuilding training style. So if you want to focus on muscle isolation, if you want to focus on symmetry, if you want to target specific muscle groups and develop them, whether that's building muscle in that particular area and losing body fat in your body, which is the toning, which most people are looking for. Again, the only way to tone is if you build muscle in the particular area and lose body fat in your entire body. By the way, you can't spot reduce body fat.
No spot reducing.
There's no such thing as that.
No.
Your body will take body fat wherever it can when it wants to.
He's just going to do what he wants. Add it to the list of things out of our control. It's a long list.
Yes.
Don't
It adds
stress
where
about
it
it.
wants and subtracts where it wants.
Yelpers.
But we can control where you build muscle, and that is what the barbarian class is all about. And we introduced 5 quests. These are 4.0, Infinite 4.0 quests. And in Infinite 4.0, we have monsters, we have full quest descriptions, lore, strategy, tactics, you name it, for every single exercise, which is a monster. So there's tons of things that you can do. And the best part about these quests is that they're all customizable. So you can look at these quests as templates that you can use. And you can also add monsters that you want to fight. You can take monsters away. You can swap them out live within combat quests. And you can truly make this experience your own by essentially making your own custom quests. So that's the power of Infinite 4.0, and this is what it's all about with the barbarian class. What do you ladies think?
Awesome. Sounds fun.
Oh yeah.
I like the bodybuilding focus. Very cool. You can get really strong doing bodybuilding, and it's a very refined art. And to have it in this kind of format is very exciting. You get to fight bosses too. Look at that.
Oh yeah, we didn't get to that yet.
Yeah.
But Olia, you have experience with the barbarian class. That was like a class that you trained at, as I believe, after COVID.
Yes.
Right?
Probably
when you were getting back into the gym.
Probably my favorite training class.
Cool.
Orc was fun too, honestly.
That's powerlifting.
Yes. That was a lot of fun, especially when I was when we were in the powerlifting gym. Like just being in that environment when everybody is like, yeah, let's lift as much as we can, but safely, very safely. There was a lot of very skilled people there with many years of experience. But yeah, Barbarian is probably one of my favorites. I know Jasper, that's he likes to say he's the very first Barbarian.
Mm-hmm. Is that true?
That is true.
Father of barbarians.
Technically it would be me, but yeah. I gave him the crown.
Then Jasper. Yes.
He has the crown. He's our barbarian wizard. as
We
well.
Aw.
have a
So
very legendary warrior May as well, who's queen of the
ah,
barbarians. She
no,
was
Cool.
queen of the barbarians. Yes.
notorious barbarian. She lost about almost 50 pounds
Wow.
playing the barbarian. She got to rank 2 and went from, barely doing any type of barbell stuff at all, like barely being able to do a pull up, to, just progressing in strength, completely transforming her body and being able to do all kinds of incredible things, like playing with her
Yes.
daughter,
And
which was
she
the
and
ultimate goal.
Aw.
yes. Fable. They're so cute. And it would be really funny. We were on calls with her. She would like join our group calls, and then we would hear like in the background, she would inspire all the people in her gym. We would hear them come up to her like mid set and be like, "Hey, so saw you like totally transform. You're like such a badass." It was
Aw.
It was cool.
it was
It was
really
cool.
cool to hear that.
Shout out to Warrior Man, all the Barbarian Warriors, which
All of
actually
them.
was our most popular class in
Yeah.
Infinite. We have the most barbarians in Infinite because, again, it's such an easy way to kind of get into weight training because you're just focusing on muscle isolation, technique, and all these other aspects. So we'll be bringing Barbarian Wizard Jasper onto the Warrior Circle very, very soon to talk all about the art and science behind bodybuilding. He is
Can't
currently in
wait.
contest prep, so he's preparing for the competition, and I am his wizard, along with Warrior Alex, who is now 6 weeks out from his competition. He's getting leaner by day.
Godspeed with your cut, Alex. You got this.
He's hanging in there psychologically.
Yeah, because he's ferocious. He got this.
He's tapping into that barbarian energy. So pushing through final 6 weeks, and we're
Nice.
looking forward to sharing more about his progress and also bringing Jasper on.
I want to see the pictures. Woo! It's gonna be great.
Now let's dive into some June tournaments. Basically, we have a new tournament structure, Ultimate Combat 1v5 tournaments. So we introduced 1v3 tournaments, so you versus 3 other individuals. Now we're doing you versus 5 other individuals. So it's all about combat, so setting personal records, completing quests, and also completing cardio sessions as well. Each one provides you a different amount of points to climb up the leaderboards. Again, it's a very, very structured and friendly competitive environment, and I handpicked every single person that is in each one of these tournaments to have a clear level playing field based on prior performance or if you're new to Infinite. So there's no people in there that's gonna blow you out the water with like triple the amount of points. Like, I really made this like a pretty even competition, and
Cool.
it's just gonna get better. Yeah. And then also we have the Intellect Skills Summit tournament. So just like last month, you can climb up the mountain. Before it was alchemy, hitting your nutrition goals. Now it's all about completing skills. And once you hit the 150 point skill cap, that means you climbed the mountain and completed the tournament challenge. It's gonna be challenging, but it's doable. All you have to do is complete one skill a day, or in other words, one habit a day, and you can pass this tournament challenge and earn some XP inside the game app as you complete your tournament challenges. Last but not least, we have our Alchemy Goal tournament, this time separated in a men's and women's division. So it's all about you going up against your fellow warriors by hitting your alchemy goals: calories, protein, carbs, and fat. So this could be either very, very difficult or near impossible for some people, or it could be pretty easy if you eat the same thing every single day and you just copy and paste it. Just saying.
Boo. If that works for you, that's great.
Yeah.
That was a boo. That was a boo from my heart.
Yeah,
I get it. I get it.
Slice of life in this
I
case.
would rather just have to look the stuff up. That's different. That's fine.
Exactly. There we go. So yeah, that is the tournament. But now the coolest, probably the most fun, my favorite part. I fought the world boss yesterday, but we are introducing the first world boss in Infinite, and that's Kale the Sentinel of relentless gravity. I created him myself from the ground up as a fan of MMO RPGs. If you've played any, you know that there are these massive enemies, boss enemies, that you cannot solo. Period. It's impossible. You cannot defeat them by yourself. And I wanted to have a being or a monster in Infinite that requires the collective warrior community across all of our realms, the dungeon, the academy, the sanctum, to all come together to defeat this monster. And that is Kale, the Sentinel of Relentless Gravity. I wrote a lot of lore on Kale. Again, if you want to dive deep into Kale, I'm going to drop a link, one, to this update, and two, to Kale himself. I would really appreciate it because it took a lot of time to
Yes.
write this stuff for every single monster, by the way. So any monster in Infinite, I wrote and handcrafted myself. But Kale is all about gravity is the key thing. And like with anything that you do in this physical realm that we are living in here, gravity is always a factor. And the biggest factor when it comes to Kale is horizontal push strength. So in order to defeat Kale, it's all about the gravity that you're fighting back against when you are pushing yourself against gravity. So to fight Kale and defeat Kale, you must perform the exercise that some might be a little tough with. And that is the push-up.
How did I know?
Oh, yes. Claire, how many push-ups do you think you can do in one go, one set?
Well, I would not be very helpful against Kale, this badass boss, because I'm currently nursing a shoulder injury from an irritated labrum. So I can hit a pretty good military. So like tricep dominant, probably for 12 would be my guess. And then I'm tapping out. That's on the toes. We're doing it for real. And then I'm looking a little bit flimsy after that. But my push-ups are okay. I take them pretty serious. I talk a lot about force transference. We always have our nice wide flat palms, and I like push-ups now. But
Good.
yeah, no, I'd be put me down for like 10 or 12. That's it. Yeah.
Most
And then my
women
shoulder
don't
would
like
go, "Ow."
push-ups or just training chest in general. So
I do. And my shoulder did not get injured from that. So I'm looking forward to when it's better to go back to my bench days, because I like a good bench day, actually. Yes, but I know it's something I do. I get a lot of not to gender, but I notice more of my female clients when I say we're gonna do some push-ups. They're always like, I hate these, and I'm like, well, don't worry, we're gonna start slow. So there's a lot of ways to ease into it. I promise they don't have to be pure misery, and eventually they get kind of fun and a good party trick. If you can bust out more than people expect, drop it on down, beat the boys at the party. I say you can do it.
Ooh, there we
Yes.
go. That's the secret right there.
Anyway, okay, please tell me more about Kale and push-ups and everything.
Yeah, Olia, you fought Kale yesterday. Tell us about
I did.
your
I
experience.
got 19, so I started getting a little bit tired. They were really ugly though at the end, but
It's not a beauty contest. Let's get those push-ups out, girl.
but I went for it. It was all mental for me after about 12, 13. I started to feel a little bit of fatigue. I took a half a second at the top and I was like, no, I got to do more. I got to do more. And I got to 19, which actually surprised me. But I remember when I was a little kid and we had like push up. There was like, what was it called? It was like a fitness test of some sort.
The
We would run
president's
a
fitness test.
mile.
Oh, yep.
Would
The president's fitness test for sure.
litmus
Definitely.
test? Is that what she
The
said?
president's fitness test.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
We would do push-ups.
Amazing maintenance phase episode on that, by the way. Everyone go listen. Oh my gosh, what a legacy.
Yes. I got almost
Mhm.
30 when I was a little kid.
And this
So-
is so funny because
Wow.
this is in that episode. I will not derail us too much, I promise. But each school, there wasn't actually a set standard of what everyone did. So my school didn't do push-ups, but yours did.
It
And
did.
some schools like did the mile and some didn't. We did dead arm hang and pull-ups and like straight leg reach. And we did shovel runs.
we did that too.
Yep. But we didn't do push-ups. We did sit-ups. But no push-ups.
Oh, we did everything.
Did you know
Push-ups,
that they didn't
sit-ups,
ever
sit and
collect
reach.
or use any data on any of that? Just go listen to the episode. It's real wild.
Oh Lord. Oh my
Yes.
God.
But it sounds like your early President's Fitness Challenge push-ups served you well today. Yeah.
I'm just a lot heavier now than I was when I
Oh,
was
A
like
yeah.
lot
When you were
heavier.
like
pounds
13.
as a fifth grader or however old I was at that point. Yeah, 12, 13, maybe even younger, 10, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Pull-ups, push-ups, the heavier you are, the harder they get.
Yes. Yes. And we could have a whole conversation about
Yeah.
that. And don't worry, we're going to, because all the future world bosses are going to require you to do your absolute best with a particular exercise. And for some people, one exercise might be more difficult than another. So
I
for
remember
myself,
being super proud of myself, though, for beating a good chunk of the boys.
Oh,
you
same.
should be.
I
Yeah.
was so proud of myself.
Especially at the mile. I was smoking them.
Oh, yeah.
I was very out of shape when I was in school. I'd say the only thing I did well in was the sit and reach. I had the flexibility
Love that.
and also standing long jump.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like I was able to
I-
get a lot of power, but everything else, oh hell no.
Uh-uh.
I couldn't do a
Well,
single pull up.
To be fair, they also talk about this in the episode. They just drop this all on you one day a year, like, all right, everybody, we're doing this. Like, you don't train for it unless they. So it's like, why would you be good at it? This is a fundamental thing with part of our training. We don't just have someone show up and expect them to be good at push-ups right away. We help you learn how to do them, and we do them in variations that work for you, right? We don't just go, all right, kids, yeah, go run as fast as you can. We haven't trained for this at all, and we're gonna make you all do it in front of each other. And I don't know, it's very weird.
Yeah, that was I remember my anxiety was definitely higher on that particular day. But
Yeah. Anyway,
Kale, if you want to fight Kale, it's pretty simple. If you are currently playing Infinite, you can head over to the fitness app, go to the Warriors of the Realms group, hit the eye icon in the top right section of the app where you'll see the World Boss quest. Dive into the quest, and speaking of which, Claire, you just mentioned, remember to complete the combat preparation before you attempt fighting Kale. I repeat, remember to do the combat preparation warm-up before attempting to do this, or you could possibly injure yourself if you're not warmed up. So we want to prevent that, and we want to maximize your progress here so you can get as many reps as you can, because in order to defeat Kale, we have to do 3,000 damage on Kale, and every rep is 10 damage. So you could only do one single set one time. You can complete the quest as many times as you want, but the only thing that's going to get counted towards the damage to Kale is your highest amount of reps that you can perform. So if you do 15, 12, 13, but then you do one day you do 18, that 18 is the only thing that's going to be counting towards the damage, which means we all need to come together and perform as many reps as we possibly can and add on to the current tally. I did 45 at the end of my chest day, by the way. I probably could have done more, but I was fatigued.
I bet.
So I know some people out there, but especially like my cousin, who's cousin Don, if you're listening to this, who's in the military, you're probably like, oh, you can't do 50?
Ain't nothing.
Yeah.
Well,
I could do
sorry,
more
Don.
when I'm fresh. Don't worry. But if you want to get into the Infinite Fitness app, again, feel free to join us inside of the Dungeon Realm, which is like our introductory realm where you could get access to our tools, get access to our systems, and you can access all of our quests, which you can customize yourself and craft your own training experience, nutrition program, or just track some habits and build some skills and gain some XP and level up. So if all that sounds awesome, feel free to head to our website, fitnessfantasyrpg.com, where you can check it out and learn more about it and play Infinite 4.0. But that's going to be it for this June update. What are your final thoughts on this update? Let us know in the
great.
comments too if you're listening.
Yeah. I'm excited for you all. Everybody who's participating, you're going to love it. It looks amazing. It's just great. It looks beautiful. You've obviously poured your heart and soul into it all over again, which you already have done from the start, but watching it progress is very exciting.
At this point, I'm it's just leaking. It's just part of me. Every second
Just
of every
pouring
day.
out all the time. Yep. People love that. That's the secret sauce.
No days off. Oh yeah, I know this is something that you've been also anticipating and seeing the process unfold.
Yes. Honestly, I just like that it gets more and more fun each day.
Yay.
I'm about the fun. The more fun we can make this, the better.
Oh yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
Always.
We're coming into the final 10 minutes here. So what I want to do is I want to break this up into two small segments here. I want to share a very powerful and helpful study, a very insightful study that just got released that I think, Claire, you chiming in would be really, really interesting and beneficial, I believe. And then we want to finish up with some game announcements. So let's
I saw
dive
people
in.
lining up at GameStop, by the way, when I was on the way driving home.
Oh. Ooh.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I wonder what
GameStop
that
night.
is for.
Yeah.
Stock.
Very curious.
Ha 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 ha.
It's for the Nintendo Switch 2.
Oh yeah. That's right. That makes sense.
Did you not know?
I'm still using the regular Switch. Like I'm not. I knew it was getting released. I didn't even bother to look at the day. I'm sorry, Nintendo. That money is not available right now for Switch 2. When I still use the Switch just fine.
It's probably going to be out of stock for a while anyway.
That's fine.
I
I don't even want one, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Be out of stock. Go for
whatever.
it.
You go wait in your lines. I don't care.
I just bought Monopoly for the regular Switch to play with a bunch of people who hassled me about playing Monopoly for like 3 years. So we'll just keep doing that for a while. Thank you.
Oh, well, that is why you saw people online. And if you pre-ordered it or if you're excited about it, let us know. Let us know if you're waiting in line and watching this right now, or you tell us what you're excited about, what game you're excited to play, whether that's backlog, new. There's not much Switch games coming out other than Mario Kart at launch.
Tell us why my
So-
ambivalence is incorrect. Tell me. Happy to be corrected.
Whoa, hold on. Break down that word. Ambivalence.
Ambivalence. That I'm just like, Switch 2, whatever.
Ambivalence.
Eh.
Interesting. That's
Just like
word of the
brand new.
day.
It's a good word. Yes.
Ambivalence.
Every now
Love
and then
it.
I got a good one. Very rarely.
Yeah. But let's dive into this study here. Basically, this study was conducted on February 2nd, 2025, but this is now making its rounds in June. But the study, strength training and stretching are equally effective for flexibility. So this new study dives into this. Now, there's this big debate that basically strength training doesn't improve flexibility. I think that's a common, I guess, belief that a lot of people have, or people like to choose one or the other. They either want to only train flexibility but not train strength because they believe it's going to limit their range of motion, or they just don't know how to increase their range of motion technically, right? So the biggest takeaway that I like to kind of go over and really get your insight as well, Claire, is a couple things. Basically, I won't get into the details of the study. If you want to read this yourself, feel free. I'll drop a link to this actually right now. But the big takeaway that I'd like to go over as I'm dropping this in the chat. Oops, and I dropped the wrong link. There we go. That's it. Biggest takeaway for this study is this is done on the eccentric or muscle lengthening portion of the movement, but it is done via full range of motion lifting. I repeat, this is done via full range of motion. So in other words, in order to increase that flexibility via strength training, you have to be performing full range of motion training. What does that mean? Well, full range of motion training means you're going all the way, essentially all the way down, all the way up to at least your technical ability, like mechanically and biologically. For example, in the squat, that means going not ass to grass. That's not complete full range of motion. It's going to the point again that your body biomechanically can go the deepest, and not everyone can go all the way touching their butt on the ground. There's the big misconception of what full range of motion is in that regard. But so basically, the whole point of this is that yes, you can improve your flexibility, but it has to be via the lengthening and shortening portion of the lift of every movement that you're doing, whether that's a push up, a squat, anything that you're doing. Now, does that mean, okay, I'm just going to only do strength training and then now my flexibility is going to be amazing throughout my whole entire body? Not necessarily. In my opinion, I think flexibility, mobility, strength training, all of that should be in a cohesive system and a cohesive, structured workout plan, and should be performed either prior to working out, post workout, and then it's just amplified via strength training. But I want to hear your thoughts on this, Claire.
Yeah, I wish I had more in-depth knowledge on this, but from what I do know, I mean, even just anecdotally, the number of clients I have who come to me and say like, I have tight hamstrings, I have tight hips, I have like different areas where I feel stiff, and I tend to do, I do some like biphasic stretching at the beginning, and I'll do like a little bit of mobility stuff, and I tend to do a little cool down stretching as well because I like yoga for mindfulness and bodily connection,
Mm-hmm.
but most people who come to me that say they have tight hamstrings don't actually have limited range of motion. They have sensations of tightness from like habitual movement patterns, and or like just or it's just like it's just kind of misreading a sensory cue. Again, I'm not a physical therapist, so I wish I had a little bit more high tier knowledge and could articulate this better. But a lot of those people I get on, if I get you on really good RDLs, if I get you on some like yoga ball hamstring curls, if we get you on some strengthening, sometimes all it is well, we get good blood flow, right?
Mm-hmm.
We get good extension and contraction of muscles. We get sorry, the cats tonight. We get a little bit more control through different ranges, and we get access to different ranges, kind of depending on the movements and the approaches that you take. I'm a very full range of motion coach as well, especially with like spinal rotation. If we're doing rows, like I try to not keep people locked into boxes and try to replicate real movement a lot. I use kettlebells for that a lot, and do different kinds of things that can have like adaptable range of motion, because some people do have mechanical limitations, and that's a big thing with this stuff too. Is like a lot of people think they're stiff and not flexible, but they don't actually have a mechanical limitation. It's just it's a perception of tightness because of just not kind of getting enough movement. And it does make sense to me that if you're doing a lot of focus on eccentric, where we're getting that lengthening under tension, that your body is then kind of learning to, because we're stretching out tensile like connective tissue in our muscles. And so they're getting the stretch and then also getting that reactive strength at that stretch, right? So like this makes perfect sense to me that doing a couple of things to increase flexibility under load really do help tap into, again, broader strength across that range of motion and diminishing feelings of tightness and increased range of motion. I also do like to do like, PNF stretching and like a couple of, neuromuscular facilitated stretching, whatever it's called. I don't know what I just said. Where you do like, where somebody like creates a little bit of pressure on you, like you push into someone's leg and you have them contract their muscles and then relax and contract and relax. And there's just a couple different techniques. Stretching is just a funny thing. And actual flexibility is like very person to person. And some people come to you feeling stiff and they are hypermobile as hell. It's like but they still feel stiff and they feel tight. And so I think a language around that needs to shift a little bit. But a lot of it's also like, how do I marry what I see happening with what you're reporting as your bodily sensations? Because I want to honor that too. But it's a really interesting, a lot of people come to me wanting to stretch more and be more flexible. And I usually am just like, cool, we're going to mostly do the same thing that I give most people. If there isn't a mechanical issue, you're going to get feeling better doing squats to your deepest range of motion, lunges to your deepest range of motion, bench press and push-ups to your deepest range of motion, rowing to your deepest range of motion, big like, kettlebell windmills and things that give you the strength to support your side body, all of that. So this is interesting though. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. I guess to bring it all together, I would say studies are very hit or miss. The big reason why is a lot of people misinterpret the data, and So someone could look at this and be like, "Oh, see, full range of motion is the best. I'm never going to be doing anything shorter than full range of motion." And it's like,
Mix it up.
you should be training in all ranges of motion. So I don't want this study to be like debunking whether or not you should do mobility and stretching or only doing strength training. You want to be doing all of these things, especially strategically when it comes to that shorter range of motion. It's really, really important when it comes to isolation and building particular muscle groups. Like, for example, the glutes, like, that's a very, very important range of motion, actually, is that shortened range of motion to really target certain parts of the glutes and different movement patterns. So, again, if you want to dive deep into this, if you're a science nerd, this is a study that I would dive into. Menno has some of the best studies. He's been part of so many studies. He's shared so many studies. He's gave his feedback on so many studies. He's my go-to study scientist on this planet right here. If anything that Menno publishes or shares, I am there. Like, but it's always about how you interpret the data yourself. So,
Yes.
yeah.
And dig into stuff too. Like, make sure, check the sample size, check to see if there's a major funder who's a part of it, like see where the money's
yeah.
coming from. What, like, almost all of this, even if it's for just net scientific gain, is selling something, even if it's just an idea. So do your best to recognize biases. Also, and like this specifically, they're doing Nordics. They're doing a specific kind of exercise. This might, until they do comparative studies with big enough population with other types of eccentric movements, maybe it's different for biceps. Maybe we get a little bit of more stiffness if we're really cranking on those guys at full range of motion. Like, we don't know. We can assume, but always like having a healthy bias and skepticism with every study, no matter how well done, is just important, because there are going to be biases that come with it. So it's good to have a good source, though. I'm going to definitely follow them, because that's good to have a good source for what's new and happening.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Now to finish up, we are going to be going over some gaming stuff. So we got a lot of announcements today at the PlayStation State of Play. We're just going to share our thoughts to finish up this Warrior Circle and really just dive into some of these announcements. So, new 007 just came out. Gut reaction.
Boy.
What do you think about this 007? How he looks?
Fine. He looks like a dad.
Looks like a dad.
He does.
Would you say that for Daniel Craig? Does Daniel Craig look like a dad?
This guy doesn't look like Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig looks like a daddy. I think.
Or what about Pierce Brosnan and all the other 007s?
I mean, they look like standout, devilishly handsome, I would say. This guy looks fine.
Oh, that's not good. That sucks for
I'm
this
not
guy.
like he looks like he looks classically. I don't know. I need a little more personality. I can't tell very much from a photo. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, it's a thumbnail for a video, but
I'm so sorry about the cat.
new 007 just came out from the makers of Hitman, by the way. So if you're a fan of the Hitman series, been around for almost 25 years now.
Now I might be back on board. All right. Yeah,
Well,
let's go.
I'm on board. I'm on board. They make I mean, there's no one that can touch them now. It used to be possibly Splinter Cell. Maybe OG Assassin's Creed was the stealth genre goat at one point, but now it's like IO Interactive has the stealth genre on lock. So that's gonna be cool. But the biggest announcement, in my opinion, is Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, a new 4v4 fighting game from the developers of Guilty Gear and also Dragon Ball Fighters. So this is big for the fighting game community. Everyone's going insane because everyone's like, what is going to happen with Marvel versus Capcom, which is a legendary franchise. So yeah, this is huge. I'm so excited about it as a fighting game genre fan. I played MK, played Marvel versus Capcom. I'm so hyped for this, and I'm a huge Marvel stan, so I love Marvel.
They're basically making this for you. I can tell.
Marvel
Like,
versus
love
Marvel.
Love it. Yes.
Oh God, I'm just anything Marvel. I
Oh
mean, I
yeah,
know.
fighting games. Do you do fighting games?
Um, Mortal Kombat a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit. My favorite character is Baraka.
She
Always.
loves
Why do you
Baraka for
so
some
Good
reason.
choice.
I don't know why. Like, she tried everyone. She tried Sonya Blade, she tried
Baraka.
Liu Kang, but then all of a sudden she played as Baraka and was like, I like this guy.
That just feels right. Don't question it.
I don't know, but hey, Baraka's pretty badass. I mean, he got freaking swords coming out of his freaking arms, and he has
Let's go.
teeth that could, you know, eat your face.
Is he Melina's father or no? Does she come from like they look a little like they have
Lord.
They do this. So I believe they have the same disease. They got this
okay.
disease. But again, my MK lore. I mean, feel free to educate me. I'm a
Okay.
little behind. So anyone in the audience that could clear that up, let us know. But new Silent Hill just came
Cool.
out. Looks very scary. Based in Japan, I believe. And yeah, a lot of people are excited about this. Personally, I'm not. Sorry.
I want to try a horror game, but is there anything good on Switch that's like actually kind of scary?
I don't know. I'll look it up.
I don't know. Yeah. No idea. I'm excited for this Final Fantasy Tactics Remastered. I am a hardcore Final Fantasy fan. If y'all do not know, I have a cloud sword around my neck for a reason. I never played Final Fantasy Tactics. And we got someone in the chat who's excited for FF Tactics.
Hey,
Taliscan. Hi, Taliscan. Yay. I know Taliscan.
What's up, Talscan? I am very excited for this game. I can't believe I've talked to every Final Fantasy fan and they love this game. And I've never played it. I don't know why I missed it, but I'm going to play it now. As someone who's also a fan of not only turn-based combat, like don't get me wrong, I love the FF7 remake and rebirth action style gameplay, but a tactical Final Fantasy game for me is like, oh snap.
My husband might be very excited about that. So Alien Isolation and Resident Evil 4 are both on the Switch, along with a couple other. Alien Isolation is an outstanding horror game. If you like the Alien franchise, so that's what I think about.
We gotta watch the movie. We missed
Yes,
the movie.
you do. Yes, you need to watch Alien and then watch Aliens. Yeah, and then see how you feel about the rest of them. But Alien and Aliens they hold up. They are incredible.
Like the most recent Alien?
No, like the one from like 79.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I haven't watched the newest one, no. But the Alien Isolation is very if you liked Alien, the original. Oh, I loved Romulus, the newest one. That one was amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, if you liked the original Alien Isolation is like getting to experience that movie, but you're the one in it, and it's very good. Very sophisticated AI for the alien. It has like 2 brains, so it doesn't have predictable pathing, and it's kind of a linear story, but with a non-linear threat, which is very cool.
Interesting.
So, I'm a couple hours in, but I love it. It's great.
I'm gonna give you a deep cut. Have you ever played AVP?
No.
Alien versus Predator.
I have not played Alien vs. Predator. I've watched a couple of the movies, though, and they are wacky.
Look that up on PC.
Okay.
In my opinion, that was one of the best multiplayer games I ever played in my life.
What? Okay.
Because you pick a side. Like it's either the aliens or the predators, and then there's different game modes where you play as the humans. And it's like
I have my last game that I was searching was that date everything demo dating sim where you can date everything. So into what I've been checking out. It looks great.
Predator game, the one from '99.
Yes, from '99.
Well,
Wow.
it's on the wish list now.
I played that on my shitty PC that I built.
Special.
Yeah, amazing. Anywho, there's so many more announcements that we can get through. Neo 3. I missed the whole entire Neo series. I'm interested. What about you ladies?
Never heard of it. Yeah. I don't do as much PlayStation these days, so I miss a lot of their releases.
They're Koei Tecmo, I believe. Team Ninja.
Hmm.
So they believe they made a Ninja Gaiden.
Okay.
I think they had, came out of the game Wulong Fallen Dynasty. I played a little bit of.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, a
Nice.
lot of people are excited about that. Metal Gear Solid Delta. I've seen so much of this. I just want to
Oh
play it now.
boy.
I just want to play it.
Awesome.
I'm tired of seeing it. Just give me the damn game.
Just give it to us now, please.
Give me the game. Ghost of Yotei, some teaser
Ooh.
stuff.
Cool.
I'm personally very excited. I'm a late Ghost of Tsushima player. I played it for the first time like a couple years ago.
Heard it's incredible.
One of the best games I ever played in my life. Top
Yep.
10, hands down. Very excited. Olia.
Yes, I heard about this one from you. I learn about all my games from Walt.
Good source, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to keep her up to date, but honestly, especially
just
this
so
So
month,
many.
not even gonna.
Many.
Just wait till like another week. There's gonna be so many more
Oh
announcements.
my gosh.
New Astrobot. You played Astrobot, Olia? So Astrobot DLC. Don't get me wrong, not a new game.
Okay.
Just some additional levels, special bots, skins, stuff like that.
Cool.
So that's cool.
Bring it on in.
Here's the deep cut again.
Mm.
Lumines.
Oh.
I don't know
Do
that
you-
one either.
Do you? Oh, it's a puzzle game. I played this on the PSP.
I'm out.
Oh,
I know a bunch of lovely people in my community who would be in, but you say the magic word and I'm like, bomb, I'm bouncing. Don't make me do puzzles. You know what
okay,
you know what the
okay.
reward is for doing puzzles in games? You usually just get to do more puzzles. I don't want to do that.
Hold on now. That was split.
Very loud. And it's an ad for something else before
Oh wow, wonderful.
the
Anyway,
ad.
Pragmata. We'll
Blew
go back to
everybody's
that in a
house again.
second.
I'm so sorry.
Pragmata. A lot of people are very excited for that game. But yeah, let me just show you a little bit of this game. It is so creative. It's colorful. There's a lot of music.
Cool.
This game was so lit on the PSP. I can't even describe.
It does look cool.
It's just.
I mean, you
wait.
can trick me into doing puzzles if the game is good enough. I want to say that.
It's like, I mean, just look at it.
Ooh,
Look
neat.
at it. Does this look like boring puzzles?
Oh, no.
It's very colorful, very like. See, look at this. This is gameplay.
Because the VR, it does look. It's got a little like VR Tetris going on. That's cool.
Yeah.
I think it looks like
it's like
something I would
Tetris.
try and play for 30 minutes and go, "This is awesome," and then never play again. But I bet for the right brain type, this is an admission of a certain type of brain looking for a certain type of game. It is not a comment on how good or bad puzzle games are, because puzzle games, I know they are amazing and serve such a good need for so many people. But I just want to run around and shoot stuff. I'm so sorry.
It's like mega. It's like mega.
It looks
Tetris.
gorgeous though. It looks really
Oh, yeah.
gorgeous. I know a lot of people who I'll be recommending that to. I will be the vector. All my people playing Blueprints right now be like, play Lumines next.
Oh man, such a deep cut. Remember, man, young Walt was living the dream. Yeah, there's a lot of games. Grasshopper Manufacturers. Romeo is a Dead Man. Now this is very interesting. I'm
That's kind of
very
fun. I like this art style.
so it's weird. This like actually isn't.
It reminds
Oh.
me of like Daria.
I can't describe it. It's a weird game, but awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you y'all watch
Check
the
that out.
trailer for this because you're
Then
gonna
we'll
look at
give
this
Black.
trailer and you're gonna be like, "What the? This is not
Cool.
at all what I thought this was gonna
Nice.
be."
I like a good twist. I like to be taken for an adventure.
Oh yeah, but I'm very hype. I get some Dead Rising vibes from this. So, but like science fiction Dead Rising. But
Cool
anyway,
story.
Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. I played so much Mortal Kombat. Oh my god. I don't know what's included in this Legacy Collection. Oh, it says Mortal Kombat 1,
Oh.
2, 3,
Oh, nice.
Ultimate 3, 4, Advanced, Deadly Alliance.
Everything.
Deadly Alliance. Oh man, I still remember Christmas playing Deadly Alliance with my cousin. Oh man, when I was like 12.
This is
Sh-
just Walt adding more to the wish list time. I like it. Just like, and I want this, and I want this, and I'm excited for this, and I want this. It's
Oh
great.
my god, I would probably just play it just for Deadly Alliance. Just to be honest, that game was so good. For the fighting fans, new fighting stick,
Hmm,
PlayStation owned. I don't use fighting
cool.
sticks. That's probably why I'm not a competitive fighting game player. So maybe I
Well,
should
not
invest.
yet.
And, like, are you considered competitive if you don't have a fighting stick? Is the real
I
question.
don't know. How much do you win is the question, I think.
Not enough.
Well, it sounds like it's the fighting stick that's the issue, I would think. Logic stands to
I'm just
reason,
gonna blame the tool, not the person
Yeah,
operating it.
that's
But
right. Fuck
anywho,
this non-fighting stick. Yeah, getting in the way of my victories. Yes, you gotta get a
Ninja
better chair.
Gaiden.
We know this. We know this works. You gotta get a good gaming chair. You need a better headset.
Yes,
That's the stuff that'll take up your KD real quick.
easily,
It's the
easily,
chair.
automatic. That's what they're selling, right? Is automatic
Oh,
KD
another
boosts.
blood stained. Cool. Okay.
Yeah, what is this? Can you tell me what this is?
Yeah, side scroller action RPG. I've played Bloodstain, a little bit of Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. It was requested by someone in my community. Really cool. Yeah,
Hmm,
it's very like it's got a little bit of JRPG influence, and I don't know too much about it, but I liked it, and I'm guessing a new version would be really cool. Yeah,
2.5D side
same
scroller.
world for Ritual
Interesting.
of the Night. Cool. Yeah, the
Interesting.
combat's really good. Good writing. Yeah, cool little immersive world.
Okay.
Definitely very specific flavor, but if it's the kind of thing you like, you might not know until you try it, but I would check it out. And I think
Okay.
Ritual of the Night's not expensive, and um, yeah, it's cool.
Okay. Let's see. There's only a couple more, I believe. Tides of Tomorrow, not too familiar. Sword of the Sea, lots of variety. If you haven't noticed,
Hmm.
there's a large variety of different types of games. Sea of Remnants, not too familiar. A ocean adventure RPG simulation survival building turn-based strategy game.
Get a little bit of everything, I guess.
Whoa, interesting.
Cool.
Interesting. Survival climber Karn. Oh, I saw this game. I think it's a
Hmm.
climbing game. Shout out
Yeah.
to
Sean.
Warrior Sean and Pratima, the climbers.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm assuming everything else on this list is kind of like deep cuts, Digimon, Pac-Man.
Golf.
Interesting. I watched this live and I don't remember seeing some of these, but yeah, and that's it.
Amazing.
So yeah, lots of games announced today, and this is just the beginning. Yeah, this was the Sony PlayStation State of Play. Honestly, it went from a D plus to like a B plus in like the last 10 minutes for me. It was like James Bond, they showed some gameplay, and then they also tactics. They dropped tactics, and then they dropped the new Marvel fighting game, and I'm like, oh wow, this
What do
was
you
about
even
to be.
do? Meant for you, man.
I know, I know. But anywho, we are went way over time here, but hey, hopefully you enjoyed rocking with us. We went over a lot today, so if you missed anything in the beginning, I highly recommend diving into the quote of the day, which can have a literal 10-year impact on your life if you actually apply it and learn more about it and dive deeper. We dove deep into Infinite's 4.0 June update, where we talked about the new world boss, the new barbarian bodybuilding quests, and the new June tournaments. We also dove into a new study on flexibility and strength and that correlation connection with one another. And then we just dove into some new games from that was announced today at the PlayStation State of Play. So I'm sure there should be something in there that you can enjoy, whether you are a hardcore or just casual gamer. I'm sure there's something in there for everybody. But all that being said, let's say our goodbyes, y'all. What'd you all think about today's conversation?
It's great. I always, whenever you're like, we went away over time, I'm always over here like, that was my bad. I'm so sorry. Sorry. Keep letting me back. We're going to keep going over time because I talk a lot. But I had a great time. I love getting to see you both. And thank you, everybody who's watching either now or watching the VOD. So glad to have you here. Please reach out and ask us questions. We're all here and ready to help however we can. And yes, this is great. Always a good day. Yes.
I agree.
You two are here. Mm-hmm.
What about you, Olia?
Very fun. Honestly, looking forward to more fitness topics like we did a few segments ago, the pain-free performance. So definitely look forward to more stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
That is gold. But yeah, it's always fun to just chit chat.
Yeah, yeah, and of course, if there's a specific topic that you all want us to talk about, let us know. Either drop it in the comment of this video, either on YouTube or wherever you're watching this on Facebook. Feel free to message Claire. Feel free to email myself or anyone on the Infinite team at fitnessfantasyrpg.com. Boom.
Woo! Boom.
And of course, if you want to be a warrior player in Infinite, feel free to head to our website as well. Everything is open as of right now. So we are opened the floodgates. We're trying to help as many people as we possibly can on their health and fitness goals. And of course, feel free to head over to the library where we broke down 92 goals that we have helped via Infinite Systems. So feel free to head over there, dive in. There's a lot of free stuff too. We have a free to play membership tier, which is bronze tier. So feel free to check it out. And yeah, just let us know what you thought about this Warrior Circle, what you think about everything that we shared, because we want to hear your opinion. We want to know what you're excited about. We also want to know what you might be struggling with as well, so that we can support you. Again, feel free to reach out. We're open. We're here to help. And we are your guides by your side on your fitness adventure. As always, this is Master Wizard Walt, your guide by your side. Conquer the day, Warriors. See you next week at the Warrior Circle. See ya.
Bye.